A lot of conversation about the disadvantages of being attractive. One, as a woman, you will have a hard-ass time making friends. I've met people who gravitate towards me because I'm attractive, because they think in proximity they will get some of my privileges. I've had friends that cut me off out of the blue for literally no reason. I have friends that have told me to humble myself. It's gonna be hard to date. I've met men who just want to be with me to be a trophy. I've had boyfriends who have not been able to deal with the amount of attention I get and therefore take it out on me. I've been stalked. I've been followed home. I've been stalked by ex-boyfriends. I've been groped. I've been graped. I've been assaulted. I've been through a lot because I'm attractive. It's not for the weak. And when people talk about pretty privilege, yes, I will get a free meal. I will get free entry. I will get preferential treatment. A lot of times I don't have to pay for stuff. That's great. But I wouldn't say it's comparable to the amount of detriments being attractive has put me in. Lord knows I'm very grateful that my mother picked an attractive sperm donor that gave me this face, but it has definitely made life a bit more challenging. When you are an attractive person, especially an attractive woman, you will need to walk around and protect yourself physically, mentally, everyly, from everyone, because they will be attracted to you. They will be coming for different reasons, and you're gonna have to be able to keep them away. As a woman who's attractive, you need to learn how to defend yourself. I am in the gym 5 times a week, getting strong as fuck in case somebody walks up on me, they're gonna get. You need to learn how to read people. You need to pay attention to your surroundings. You need to not get gas late at night. You need to be on your P's and Q's, and you need to be extremely intelligent. I once had someone pretend to be a business, sent me an email saying that they would fly me and my brand, I have a swimsuit line, to another country to do a photo shoot. Everything seemed extremely legitimate. They even sent photos of other women that will be attending the event. They fucked up because one of the women in the photos is someone I know. I messaged them. They had no idea what I was talking about. This pervert was trying to lure me out to another country to do God knows what with me. This is what you get for being attractive.
I pick and choose when I come full throttle with it. Like, for instance, say I don't have on no makeup, like I got a little bit of blush, some highlighter and some lip gloss. You know what I mean? Like, I'm comfortable. And so I don't even like wearing makeup. I don't like doing all of that. Like, if it was up to me, like, I wear a hoodie and a t-shirt every day. I don't try to like suppress my beauty or my confidence or anything, because I know that that is who I am, and that's what people love, and that is what gravitates people toward me. I cried a lot about how I looked. Not because I was ugly, but I just used to always like question God, like, why would you make me look like this? I feel like being beautiful is hard. And I don't think that a lot of people really realize that, because there's a such thing as pretty privilege. Some days I would literally like go like stand in the mirror and cry about it, like, because I just would want to know, like, why would you give me this? It's a gift and a curse. You can get lost in this. And even in like dating and stuff, like, you know, I've had guys tell me like, oh, you're just too beautiful, or oh, like, oh, come out with me like you my trophy. And like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not a trophy piece. I'm not an object. It does like fuck with me sometimes, like even like now, because like I'm 32 and I'm still single.
Pretty privilege affects people's lives in different ways, and it's not always positive. So yeah, for one, girls that benefit from pretty privilege, sometimes guys don't even take you seriously. If you are one of those girls and that does happen to you, you just kind of have to deal with it. You just kind of have to realize, like, okay, this guy's really into me, but like he might have a girlfriend, he might just like want to hook up with me. I don't know, you never know. Another thing is girls seeing you as competition. Sometimes a girl will front as her your friend, but literally she has the worst intentions for you, and she secretly wants to see you fail. And I talked about this before, but feeling lonely and just being excluded from things.
I also want to talk about how pretty privilege does not always come with just the glory of being pretty. A lot of disadvantages come with being a conventionally attractive woman. It's a lot, okay? That means more likely to get your heart broken. And these men be doing you dirty. Silly loyal, but people think because I am like a pretty girl that I'm talking to all these dudes when I'm not. To being attractive, people tend to think that you always think that you're this hot stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think I'm the ish, okay? A lot of times girls will also feel the need to bring you down. And I've dealt with that my entire life. Like, 'cause I feel like for me personally, I love other pretty girls. Like, I'm not gonna just talk to you because you're pretty, but who wouldn't want to have a friend that's pretty? Like, having a pretty friend is cool. I feel like find genuine friendships because of that without having someone hating on you or trying to like dim you down or make you feel less than. What we'll say is that people will think that you're stupid all the time. So people think just because you're attractive that you don't have a mind, and it's so annoying.
Some people spend most of their lives being beautiful. Some are born not beautiful. Some are right in the sweet spot of being average. Some swing from the beautiful to unattractive side once in a while. Some glow up with time. Some glow down. But looks have always mattered. Hey guys, it's Julie. It's Julie. How are you guys doing? So you guys saw those videos, and yeah, let's wake it up. Let's talk about it, okay? So I've time and time again seen videos of girls discussing the ills of being beautiful in the world, because it's just so sad and troublesome and dangerous. And I wanted to talk about that today. Like my people would say, let's not lie, let's not steal. Is being beautiful that hard? Is it such a curse like people would say? Or is it just maybe a minor inconvenience in the slightest? Or is it just an outright lie told by beautiful people? Or is it just maybe, I don't know, narcissism? I can't lie, it's something, okay? It is something to sit in front of a camera and literally try to cry over how you're suffering because you're just too beautiful, unironically. Like you're being for real right now, and then you don't look like something straight out of a Greek romance novel. Okay, I'm not even trying to be shady. You know what, let me know. It's just, I'm not saying these women are not as beautiful as they're trying to make us believe. I mean, they are definitely conventionally attractive, but so are a lot of people. Many people are conventionally attractive. Many people have the potential to be conventionally attractive, and many people need extra help to be deemed conventionally attractive. I actually think it is kind of rare to find someone that's just ugly all around. They have no potential, no redeeming qualities, no hope. Same way I think it's kind of rare to see someone who is heart-stoppingly beautiful. A beauty like the ancient books describe, something otherworldly. Beauty, ugliness, two sides of a coin, and yet we see the parts of existence people want to be on. Beauty as a currency. The beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It promises people physical, social, and psychological leverage if they can look a way that is conventionally accepted. If they can go from a nay to a yay, or a yay to a yayer. It promises beautiful people maintenance or more beauty, and average or ugly people beauty. It thrives off of creating a gap and trying to fill said gap for people for, you know, just a little money, of course. And then you calculate how much you've spent trying to look good or maintain said good looks, and you wonder how we got so much. But it tracks. People love to look good. It's good business to look good. It's simply pure dishonesty to say otherwise. Beauty is wealth. People love beautiful things. People collect beautiful things. People wish to own beautiful things. People worship beautiful things. People want to be associated with beautiful things. In a world that is constantly growing in demand for visuality, given the rise of social media, especially apps like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, people are more likely to click on your content and stay if you're a beautiful person. While not so beautiful people have to work way harder. The girls that get the skin endorsements and fitness deals are not the ugly girls or the fat girls. No, they give the skin or beauty deals to the girls that are already beautiful or with great skin to promote brands, and the fitness deals to the skinny or fit girls. Do you understand what I'm saying? From a small age, it's already been ingrained in us that being called cute or pretty was good and ugly was bad. And it's not just about how people see you when you're beautiful. It's also about how people will treat you when you're beautiful. People grow up aspiring to be beautiful, especially as women. In fact, depending on your line of work or your targets, or you're not guaranteed success until you look a certain way. That's why many celebrities or public figures go under the knife and do all these procedures, and some even go overboard with them and start to look like the weapon fashioned against them. Because you see, it gets more than physical after a while and becomes psychological. In a world where simply having a smartphone now can give you the chance of becoming a public figure, aka influencer, which is like a mini celebrity, we are going to see an even more outrageous spike in cosmetic procedures on young adults. In some parts of the world, getting veneers and Botox is just like popping into the clinic for some vitamins, and it will only get worse. I say all this to say that beauty is a currency. Everyone sees how the world treats beautiful people and wants a slice of the pie. Now, I talk about how beautiful people are treated in society, but let's talk about how ugly people are treated. Ugliness is a crime. When someone doesn't fit into the mold of conventional attraction, they are considered ugly. When you are ugly, the world treats you like it has a personal vendetta against you, like you purposely came and did something awful to it and now they have to revenge, like you ruined the flow and destroyed the status quo. Now, when you are the ugly one in a family of attractive people, you might as well pray for death, because the world will never forgive you for daring to show up ugly unlike your other siblings. You think I'm lying? Ask Kylie Jenner. Before the many beauty procedures and fillers and lies, Kylie Jenner did not fit into what seemed to be the Kardashian clan comeliness, to the mortification of the general public. How dare a prepubescent girl not look like the goddess Venus? Growing up in a house full of simply gorgeous women who happen to be your older sisters and be considered the least attractive of them will do something to your psyche, believe it or not. So of course she went on to get those procedures and marketed the hell out of herself and became the rich and influential woman she is today. Which, if we're being honest, like if we're keeping it real, it would be 10 times harder to achieve if she was conventionally unattractive. You can say what you want about the Kardashians, but many people would do exactly what Kylie did in a heartbeat if you grew up so scrutinized and called all kinds of ugly before you even had a grasp of who you were or what you wanted out of life. On the topic of how the world treats you as an ugly person, the way people turn on you if you were blessed to be conventionally attractive, decided to go out and quote-unquote ruin this yourself, is to be noted as well. It's like the world saying, how dare you? Do you know how many people would kill for what you had? How dare you? Are you making a mockery out of us? People take this very personal. Then they go on a rampage, hating you for no longer being desirable to them and trading your blessing for the curse of being ugly. Doja Cat is an example. Doja went from a full-bodied, bootylicious, biracial woman with plenty of wigs to a self-imposed, bald, overly tattooed weirdo, and the general public hated her for it. Her immense talent keeps her afloat, but if Doja had dared to be as mediocre as, sorry to say, Ice Spice, her career may just not have been able to take the drastic change. The world cursed at her, made fun of her, dragged her, but Doja Cat being Doja Cat showed that she could give two fucks. And something about that is really badass in itself, in my opinion. Plus, she makes good music and already got all the fame and attention from being beautiful, so it may be hard to cancel her. Now, change came about again when she started to gain weight and regain her natural full figure, and these same people started to tune in again and check up on her. But Doja Cat reappeared like a herpes scar and said, you thought? It's clear who Doja Cat's target audience is not. Doja is not making music or pandering to people who see big butts as the most notable thing about a woman. You know the demographic I'm talking about. The attention and treatment so many people have faced when they go from looking a certain way to another is a sign that looks matter. Always have, always will. And good looks makes life easier. Beauty as it relates to both genders. In a world that places your worth on how desirable you are as a woman, while this can have long-term effects, it also has its numerous advantages. People fight every day to be accepted. When it comes to beauty, people want to be accepted for what they look like. People starve themselves to be beautiful and socially accepted. People develop eating disorders for this. Their goal is beauty, but the long-term effect is psychological turmoil. Even people who binge eat and get overweight for it, they still come up and say, well, this is what I look like. We're the fat acceptance crew and we're beautiful just like this. My point is, people fight to be seen as beautiful. If beauty was such a curse, we would see people fighting to be ugly, creating movements for it. Because as humans, we're wired to solve problems, even though we create said problems ourselves most of the time. So where are the surgical procedures to make yourself uglier? Where are the advertisements? Why aren't people clamoring to be ugly if it's such a burden? Everybody loves an attractive guy. Women fawn over an attractive guy. But I think the equivalent of beauty when it comes to men is wealth. For women, your social status is heightened by your looks. For men, wealth elevates their demand. In short, for women, beauty is wealth, and for men, wealth is beauty. Beauty is to women what wealth is to men. That's why so many beauty procedures are marketed towards women. Women spend a great chunk of their time doing beauty maintenance, and men are brought up to be more aggressive when it comes to creating wealth. This is a nuanced topic, of course. I'm not saying that all women do is sit around in front of a mirror all day playing Snow White and that the average man is Bill Gates or has the Bill Gates mindset. But when it comes to social currency, money gives men more leverage and beauty gives women more leverage. Now, because there is an overlapping, it may seem like I'm just talking out of my ass. What I mean is, some people may feel like money elevates a woman's status in a way beauty can't, and that's true, but here's why. When a woman has money, she also has more options of elevating her looks. She has an array of procedures open to her, whether it's changing her wardrobe, going into skincare, frequenting a gym, going on a diet, investing in the best procedures. So you see, money and beauty go hand in hand sometimes. Some people even believe that the term natural beauty is a myth. As women, I know we have what we call beauty maintenance or a do everything day. It's the day when you spend like 5 hours in the bathroom, cleaning, shaving, plucking, exfoliating, scraping, exercising, and girly things like that. How many of us would still be beautiful if we were cast in a jungle without our skincare products, clothing, vitamins, sunscreen, etc.? Just a little food for thought. For men, people may say, well, some men are rich but still undesirable. Well, undesirable maybe, but unable to get a wife or women who can risk it all for them? I think not. I think that as we have evolved as humans, women have come to rely less on men for protection and more for provision. I know many men love to delude themselves into thinking they protect, but most women are just here for the provision part. In the medieval times, maybe men protected from like wild animals and in war times, but in today's society, there is a very low chance of you running into a bear, and if you did, the chances of a man coming to fight it off with a spear are also very low. And most of the times women are quote-unquote protecting it's from other men. So like I said, we create problems and then we clamor to solve those problems. Anywho, it's really just the comfort of money. Seen as wealthy men themselves get security, it shows that being a man is not just enough when it comes to protection. You need money to wealth provides security is what I'm saying, but I digress. The point is, money is power for men and beauty is power for women, but the opposite also works in both genders' favors because the presence of one can inadvertently guarantee the other. A beautiful woman can use her beauty to get her wealth, like Kylie did. A rich man can use his money to get him beauty, like Drake did. Is beauty a burden? Whenever I see these kinds of videos lamenting on the blight of beauty and the agony of attractiveness, I'm always somewhat amused and curious. I'm waiting for them to give a hint that they are being sarcastic. I know we should allow room for nuance and for people's unique experiences, but I'm truly yet to see a single video of this nature convince me that beauty is actually a burden. If, as a woman, you say having a certain body type is a burden when it comes to attractiveness, I'd wholeheartedly agree. Voluptuous women, while being desirable, face some challenges that small-framed women may not be able to relate to while being desirable as well. In fact, both have their own unique struggles. Off the top of my head, I know voluptuous women are more assumed to be promiscuous. I've had friends with fuller frames struggle to find genuine connection with men because many are simply depraved and don't even see them past their bodies. That's a real struggle. Some are taken less seriously, especially in professional settings because of their body types. Their own natural shapes just give people false, preconceived notions about them. But being pretty in the face, I'm yet to see an argument that has a unique point that doesn't tie in with simply being a woman or human. Girls being jealous of you, I don't think that's simply something that is unique to women that are beautiful. I've had girls try to beat me up after school because I kept doing better in class. My best friend in primary school tore my books to shreds because I learned to read before her. I'm not chalking that to being beautiful. It's jealousy, yes. Anybody can be a victim. As a girl who grew up somewhat conventionally attractive, I've gotten preferential treatment right from when I was a child. I won't say my beauty makes Aphrodite shiver, but I know it made life easier for me. And the truth is, most people are average, and then many strive to look even better. Some grow into their looks, some buy their looks. You hardly see someone born earth-shatteringly beautiful. I'm talking the kind of beauty men go to war for. So saying many of these things unironically is just a tad amusing. If you think beautiful people are hated, try being ugly for a day. It's easier to be ugly than it is to be beautiful. Same way it's easier to fail at school than it is to pass. Shave your brows, stop staying fit, shave your head. Seriously, do anything but complain about it and then go on to Google how to get my waist thinner or go on to get breast augmentation. Society is generally kinder to attractive women, and society is generally harsher to women because we live in a patriarchal world. Women are hardly believed when it comes to sexual assault, but it's easier for unattractive women to be believed in cases of sexual assaults than unattractive women. Just the other day, we saw Nigerian men making fun of a woman who came forth with an essay story on a pastor because she wasn't attractive. Now, where nuance exists is that an attractive woman can be blamed for her own assault for quote-unquote tempting the assailant. An ugly woman is just straight up laughed out of the court. No one is worse than the other. People clamor to be friends with hot women because they think it will get them proximity to pretty privilege, and when that doesn't work, they become jealous and hateful. The point is, the preferential treatment pretty women are given causes this. As for trafficking and kidnapping, you have to be absolutely delirious to think ugly or average women are exempt from this. The level of delusion is just almost admirable. If this was such a struggle that many beautiful women can relate to, then why isn't capitalism taking advantage of it and marketing ways to unbeautify yourself as a woman and rid yourself of the soul-chilling horrors of being hot? Except your struggles don't really come from your looks, but your personality or how you carry yourself that makes people intimidated. I'm not sure what it is, but it definitely isn't just stemming from you being too hot. Okay? Anyways, I'll end the video here. I find the topic of beauty fascinating because I believe it affects how our lives pan out. Spend all their lives ugly and it affects them, and some move from ugly to attractive and attractive to hot, and that also affects how they are treated. It's why people love to dogpile on celebrities or public figures when they start to get old and are no longer fuckable. Alright, so I'll end this video here, but I'm curious to know your thoughts on this. How has beauty affected your life? Or how has looks affected how you're treated? Has it made it any better or worse? Do you believe beauty is a curse? Yeah, thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye.